Bad Batch, because I have so many episodes now. I now have to look at the Wikipedia so I know what the hell's going on when I'm reviewing it. Okay, so the Bad Batch, if you didn't know, is season 3. Toink. Bad Batch, if you didn't know, it's a sequel to Clone Wars, and I really like it. Man, I really like it. It's by far the best thing going on in Star Wars right now. I think the original Mandalorian was better. Visual success with Mandalorian, but this is really high up there. So the basic idea is that Clone Wars was the Clone Wars, and the Bad Batch is a bunch of clones who are all like slightly off, slightly different. So they get put into their own little group, Clone Force 99. It's kind of like the Dirty Dozen in the Star Wars universe post Revenge of the Sith. So the last 4 episodes in Clone Wars is superb. It's what's going on with all the clones and all the characters in the Clone Wars during Revenge of the Sith. So you got Darth Vader, and you got the relationship with Ahsoka Tano in it. It's a really good finale, right? But I think it's either there or in a previous episode they set up this Clone Force 99. They when Order 66 goes out, they mostly able to resist it, and they pick up a clone girl called Amiga, who again is a little bit woke having a girl with them because they're trying to make Star Wars into a female brand, which is just a horrendous idea, right? But it really works for this particular series. And she is from the same source material as Boba Fett, so she's essentially Boba Fett's brother, right? She's a direct clone from Jango Fett. Okay, so there's a lot of like world building about the destruction of the life before the Empire and the creation of the Empire going on the first 2-3 seasons. It's like the destruction of Kamino and stuff like that. But essentially, the Bad Batch become like soldiers of fortune with Amiga. With the second season, and they have one of their number, their sniper doesn't break is the Order 66 conditioning. So that's been an ongoing thing. So anyway, so we get to the end of last season, and not looking good. One of again, spoiler warning. One of the Bad Batch is killed in a daring mission, with Amiga being kidnapped by the I was going to say Federation, the Imperial clone scientists, basically to use as leverage from one of the last living Caminos, so they can keep their cloning system going, right? So Amiga is being held by the evil Empire, right? So the first episode is following a capture. Omega becomes part of the Imperial Cloning Division against the will. So this is a very much Amiga focused episode. So the member of the Bad Batch that didn't convert, that stayed with the Emperor, Crosshair, he's kept there now as well, because his growing anger and resentment at the Federation, at the Empire. It was an ongoing plot point. So basically now he's a prisoner, and Amiga is like basically there for for him. There's these like animals that are in the base that they're using to experiment on, which Amiga helps. But basically, this is just kind of world building, setting up what Amiga's life is like, living as part of the Federation machine. So then, episode 2, we turn to the remaining Bad Batch. There's only 3 of them now. You got because the tech one got killed. So you got Wrecker, who was my favorite, this big burly one, and you got Hunter, and who's the other one? I can't even remember now. So they're looking for Amiga, and they get a clue. She's in an Imperial facility. So the second episode, again, strong episode about them trying to break in and rescue her. Why they put 3 episodes out in the first week is, I think, it's just a dumb idea. they might as well have like schlepped it out a little bit longer to have people get involved with it. Episode 3, we get some Imperial action. Emperor Palpatine travels to Mount Tantus. That's where they keep the keeping Omega, I think, right? Eager for Project Necromancer. There's an ongoing plot about them wanting to get Omega's blood, and if they ever do, they'll probably kill her, and what will be unstoppable for some unknown reason. So I think this episode, they had to they had to break out, I think. Was it? We had Crosshair break. She goes and breaks out Crosshair, and they're on the run, right? They're on the run, and episode 4 is essentially about their rendezvous with the Bad Batch, with Crosshair taking the place of Tech, right? So again, this show, it says that this is the end of the George Lucas legacy of Star Wars. I see that completely, right? Because it really, I find this world building of what the world was like going from the prequels to the original trilogy fascinating. I find it much more interesting as portrayed here than on live action by something called Andor, right? Whereas something like Andor, which I found just a bore fest, right? I really did find a bore fest. This, I find the characters engaging, and I'm interested in the story. So, I think that's probably a good sign. Whereas, Andor, God bless it. I think if they did that as a movie rather than a TV show and cut out all the fluff, they probably would have done a lot better, right? It probably would have been a lot stronger. But they didn't, right? It's just the first, 2/3 of Andor was basically you could get rid of it. From when they did when they stole whatever it is they're supposed to steal, but the main point was the story. Or they did I can't remember what was the thing they were supposed to do. I can't remember, right? But I think that it picked up then. But I basically found it dull as ditch water. I found the Obi-Wan Kenobi series just horrible. Oh, absolutely horrible. But this one really works, right? This one really works in doing the early Imperial era, right? About how they and I like a lot of that in the background, showing you how they take over, how they change the rules, how they take away freedom, which is very similar to what we're seeing today. So I think 4 reasonably strong episodes, right? Really strong episodes. And season 3 is their last season, right? Again, this is the end of the George Lucas legacy. And boy, can you feel it, right? Can you so feel it? I think everything from here on is going to be shit beyond shit, right? It's just going to be unbelievably shit. Oh, there's the other show they explored it on was... oh, no, not Rebels. Ahsoka was set off. It was set in the post-Jedi era, in the Mando era, because the Mando era was doing well. Everybody liked it, and it was successful. So they had to fill that whole era with women. Because fuck me, no, you can't have something that you can't have icky, toxic men dominating an era. Oh no. I guess why is this the end of the George Lucas era of Star Wars? Because it's got men in it. I mean, that's basically the bottom line, because it's got men. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.